Hey, what's going on, working class hustlers? Thank you, thank you, thank you for taking a moment of your time to join me. And I'm so excited because once again, we have one of the working class panelists. The lovely Miss Karen has decided to lend us some of her valuable time today. So say hello, Miss Karen.
Hey, always so happy to be here.
Thank you so much. And the title of this video, or at least I should say, the big headline subject matter would be get all of your missing FBA reimbursements. Now, listen, if you guys, this is especially important for anyone who's been doing this for some time. You know what happens? You're so busy sourcing, you're so busy making money, you're so busy. And guess what? There's a job that you need to do because Amazon is not perfect. Hustlers, you know how I am. I expect you to help us out. Leave comments and talk about some of your experiences in order to help others, because Amazon is not perfect and they don't always pay you everything that they're supposed to pay you. Guess what? This is one of the things that a lot of people don't talk about. For example, Amazon will lose your inventory. Isn't that right, Miss Karen?
It happens. It happens more often than we even think about.
Yes. And if you don't say nothing, Amazon ain't gonna say nothing, are they?
Yes, it's true. You know, I think when you're early, when you first start, you might be more cognizant of checking each shipment and checking to see if they checked in every item. But even if you do check it, then you have to plan on spending time trying to go back and forth with them about reimbursing you for items that you know you sent it, but they say they don't have it. So what tends to happen to us over time is we just kind of decide, all right, well, they get most of it and you just don't have time to go back and look for it.
Exactly. And we're gonna, hustlers, stay tuned, because there's a lot of things that you're not thinking about. And there are a lot of ways that you could be losing money. Let me tell you a quick story. You know, me and Karen go back quite a while. And so she texted me, hey, I think it said something like, if you're not using the software Sellerbench, you're literally leaving money on the table. And I was like, yeah, so that's great. Now let me get on with the 11 different things that I got going on. But Miss Karen was persistent. And eventually I said, you know what, let me just listen. Since I think how you got me to finally take action, you found a way to mention that it was free.
Yes.
Because here's the thing, guys, trying to recover lost inventory, trying to recover lost fees and money. This is a job. So who is going to do it for you? Because you're already busy enough. Wouldn't it be nice if you had someone that would do all of that for you? And I mean all of it. Filing claims, checking up on things, and all you have to do is pay them like you would any other assistant. Guys, you guys know what we're talking about here. You're in business, and how often do you hear people talk, oh, get a virtual assistant and get a well, you got to pay the virtual assistant. But how about getting a virtual assistant that you don't have to teach? In fact, this assistant knows more about this type of stuff than you do. Wow. And all you have to do is share a portion of the monies that are recovered. If nothing gets recovered, you pay nothing. If it does, I think it's only fair that you share that. And I think the going rate right now is what, Karen, 25%?
It's 25% with Sellerbench.
Okay.
There are other, possibly other programs that do the same thing. So the bottom line is, because Sellerbench is, you know, we're not getting anything from Sellerbench to do this, but the bottom line is, you know, use something to tend to this task.
And let's talk a little bit about, because the next question is going to be, how quick and easy can you get onboarded so that you can move on to other things? Guys, I can tell you, spoiler alert, it works, and it works fast. From the time I got onboarded, they had already recovered monies, and we're going to show some of that. But Karen, talk to us a little bit about how easy it is to get onboarded and get on with your business.
It is really super easy. So, I heard about Sellerbench. I went to the website and I read about it. And basically the takeaway was, all right, they only charge you for what they recover, a percentage of what they recover. And I read through it, but I still felt like, okay, really, how does this really work? So sometimes I do a lot better with people just talking me through. So you can even go to the site and request a meeting, a virtual meeting, and someone face to face, just like we're talking, came on. I said, now, wait a minute. Now, how does this go? And she said, well, you are assigned an account representative, your own person who manages your account. They review your shipments. You give them access just to that piece of your Amazon account. Mm-hmm. They review it, and wherever they see, if there's a missing tube of lipstick from a shipment of 5,000, they're going to send it. They're going to create a case log and ask Amazon to pay you for that missing tube of lipstick, or, bag of chips, or whatever it is. And so they do that. And in most cases, they have done it for me without me doing anything else. I just noticed that I'd see all these case logs, and then I'd see these notices from Amazon saying, they've issued reimbursement. So that's pretty much it. It's just like you say, having a VA that you don't have to train, and they just know what to do and they get it done.
And they're very efficient. Now, we're going to go ahead and start showing some of the results that we got. But Karen, you know how I am. Yes, I love to teach how to sell on Amazon, but I'm a concept kind of guy. I'm always getting into the thought process. And what we're going to do is, guys, pay attention, because we're going to drop a link so that you can go right to getting started. So the link will be down in the description. But Karen, help us to hammer home just how important this is, because this is something that a lot of us, including me, you were guilty of it. It's not getting done. There's no one that is basically reconciling or auditing your shipments, records, and things. Why is this so important that the hustlers that are watching right now should give this a try for free?
Because again, if we don't do it, we are just leaving money on the table. And I tell you what, I was actually shocked that not only was there the occasional tube of lipstick that was missing, or occasional bag of chips, but it could be a whole box. It could be, in a shipment, maybe you have several boxes, you have 8 boxes, but only 9 boxes got checked in.
They recover things that I forgot I had.
Things because once I get a shipment out, we're moving on to the thing. And we have so many tasks. And one of the tasks that we really do have is running the business. I mean, sourcing is where we put a lot of emphasis, and that's important. But in order to make money, not only do you have to sell items, but you have to manage your books and your resources. So,
you want to hear something kind of crazy? I don't know. Guys, if you follow my channel, you know I'm very transparent. I always show what's going on, the good and the not so good. And you'll often see I've got like 50 stranded items. I don't know what they did. I don't know if it's really associated with Sellerbench, but all of a sudden I went and checked today. I have a whopping 2 items in stranded inventory when I always had, oh my God, just at least 30 items that you don't want to deal with. I don't know. Do you think, is it something that was Sellerbench?
Because they don't really, Sellerbench doesn't say anything about getting your stranded items unstranded. However, and you and I have talked about this briefly, one thing that I've noticed is items that have been missing for months and months, all of a sudden,
magically
they pop up, or things that have been stranded.
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden show up. So I don't know if I don't know what happens, but I'm just happy about it.
I'm very happy. And when you stop and think about it, hustlers, if you're gonna pay someone 25% of what they recover, you're getting essentially 75%. And 75% of your lost inventory is better than 0%, which is what a lot of us are getting. And on that note, let me see if I can share my screen, and we're going to kind of go over a little bit.
While you're doing it, I have to say, truthfully, there have been times when they've recovered merchandise that in reality, it probably wasn't going to sell, you know, in reality, or it was going to sell really, really slow. So in some ways, it was sort of better to just get my money back out of it so I could go buy some merchandise.
Absolutely. So can you see my screen okay?
I can't.
So basically, guys, when you go to Sellerbench, before you create an account, this is basically what it's going to look like. So go ahead and check that out. Again, we're going to have a link in the description. They're very secure. They are legitimate. I'm going to see if I can come over to my account real quick.
Yeah, there's your personal assistant, and the same person. I mean, I don't know who's behind the picture, but you know, be consistent.
They do assign you an assistant. So yours is somebody other than James Lee.
Yes.
Okay. Now it looks like they've already recovered. Now, again, guys, they just started this yesterday. They've already recovered $184, and that's over 19 claims. And then there's even more in progress, another 4 claims in progress, totaling to $69. This is stuff that that I would have just essentially I would have lost. Let me see. We're going to come over and take a quick look at what Karen was willing to share with us. This is just a kind of breakdown. It looks like 169.05 is that like the total of reimbursements you've had recovered so far?
Yes, that's for that month, because they do it on a monthly basis. So you get a breakdown on a monthly basis. So that was just for one month. And the other thing I want to mention about this that is great, if we say it's $160 some, it's, you know, it would be one thing if that money was on the table and I could just send, I could personally send Amazon one case log and say, hey, you know, can you just give me my $160? But I mean, this is 18 different times or 20 times that they've had to go back and forth with Amazon.
Yeah, look at all these different cases.
Right. You know, $2 at a time, $5, $10. That's would be quite a bit of work for us as working class hustlers to, you know, that's quite a bit of bureaucratic red tape for us to plow through.
I mean, look at this. Reconciling proper reimbursement for individual adjustments. We don't even know what that is, but that's $10.11. Look at this. Units missing from inbound shipments. Guys, if you've been doing this business for any amount of time, tell me how fun it is going through Seller Central, looking over what has been received, what's missing, and then trying to move forward. Amazon, I'm sorry, they do not make it easy. Half the time you click on something to try and reconcile, and then you get this message, oh, we'd like to get it right. So this isn't qualified. Give us a little more time. You know what I'm saying? They do not make it easy. The interface does not make it easy for you to even go through the steps.
Right.
Look at this. Look at this one. Units lost in warehouse were never reimbursed. Imagine that. Think about that, hustlers.
Right. And if we were waiting for me to make the request, it never ever would be reimbursed ever.
Exactly, because you're busy. And let's face it, hustlers, this is what's going on in the real world. We're so busy trying to source, and that takes a lot of your, resources to do that. We don't have time for this. And everybody wants to talk about the power of outsourcing. Everybody wants to study all the gurus we listen to and all of the guys that are telling us, hey, you're going to have to start turning things over and letting people that are better than you in certain areas, letting them do the work. This is a perfect opportunity. And what's so significant is that you don't pay unless they actually recover something. So they're motivated to do it.
They are really on it. So it just behooves, I just can't imagine who would not benefit. I think everybody who's a seller benefits, because again, if they don't recover anything, then you don't have to pay anything. So where's the loss?
Absolutely. I'm actually looking just for a moment. I want to see if there's another one that I can show. Let me see. It looks like I had 19 claims. Now I'm going to show my screen. I'll have my producer, Jim, he's going to blur out some of the things that we may not want to show, but I want to give you guys a real view of what it looks like when you want to know exactly what was recovered. So let me see if I can share some of that. So when you look, you're seeing units lost in the warehouse that were never reimbursed, units lost in warehouse never reimbursed, reconciling proper reimbursement for individual adjustments. And it gives you the breakdown. The status, a success status obviously means that it's going through and I'm just waiting to be reimbursed. I mean, here's 12 units that I forgot were even in the warehouse. This is so significant, guys.
So it sounds like there are cases where what they're saying is Amazon may have reimbursed you, but based on their review, Amazon didn't reimburse you fairly. They should have reimbursed you more. So they're going back and saying, no, Amazon, because we never know when they do give us a reimbursement for items, they choose the number that they reimburse us. And then it feels like we have no recourse. But Sellerbench, their account managers are looking at it and saying, in some cases, nope, Amazon, we need you to review this again because you should have reimbursed more.
Another note that I think some of the hustlers might be interested in knowing is, how are you billed? Because when you go to set up an account, we're telling you that it's free, but yet when you go to onboard, they're going to want a credit card number. If my understanding is correct, what they do is you give them access to your account so that they can do all the checking, they can file a claim on your behalf, and then they can see when the funds were actually reimbursed to you. And so they're going to charge you 25% of what was actually reimbursed. So it's not that they take from the reimbursement from Amazon. They look at what was reimbursed and then they bill you at 25% of that amount. And I think it's done weekly. Do I have it right?
No, they invoice you only once a month.
Okay.
And I have truly found them to be very, very professional. Not only so, as the reimbursements are occurring, I'm getting a notice that, money has been recouped. And then at the end of the month or the end of the period, they're going to give me a statement detailing every case and the status of every case that they've recovered. Okay. And what is 25% of that? So they give me that detailed breakout and then they total it. And then they say, all right, a week from now, or a week and a half, or 10 days from now, we will charge your credit card on file this 25%. So let's just say if I had some dispute with them, I've got some time to even say, well, wait a minute now. This is, you say it's 25%, but I don't know. My calculations don't match yours. They give you advance notice so that you can, if you've got anything that you want to talk with them about, you can. But I found them to be 100% spot on. I am so happy. I feel like pushing a button and saying, no, go ahead and take your money now. Just keep working. Just keep working. Don't stop.
I want to thank you for, number one, sharing this with me, and number two, giving of your time. This is a Saturday, guys, and Karen is giving of her time for your benefit. So make sure you use the link in the description. And another thing, let me share my screen.
You'll get a little bit of a discount if they use that link. That's the thing. So they will get a discount on, I think it's their first month. Instead of paying 25% of whatever's recovered the first month, they would only pay 10% of whatever's recovered in the first month.
Nice.
And of course, did say that, of course, you can stop it anytime you want to. It's up to you. But as long as I'm selling, I will not stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So by the time this video airs, it will be the 25th of February. So by that time, the Ecom Seller Summit for the year 2022 will have already aired. But I still want to say, if you didn't get a chance to see it, you will still have a way to access it. We will drop a link down in the description. If you look closely, yours truly, I happen to be a featured speaker. Now, you guys, if you follow me, you know my spiel. So the reason I really want to talk about it is because there's a total of 22 speakers. And let's take a look at some of the subjects that they're talking about. We're talking about trademarks. We're talking about learning how to sell on Amazon. On Walmart. That's a big one with me. Walmart is probably the only platform that has any shot jumping in the ring with Amazon. And then most of that has to do with their infrastructure. Most people have a Walmart within 10 miles of where they live across America. Now, you think about that logistically, that's powerful. Then there's me. You've got a guy talking about bookkeeping. You got somebody talking about how to use print on demand on Etsy, the best structure in e-commerce. Another guy talking about Amazon. I don't think he's arbitrage like myself. Being successful on Macari. There's just so many things that you can learn. So yeah, I want to encourage you guys, because a lot of what we do, we don't really box ourselves in, and certainly we want to be aware of the different ways to make money online. That's the world that we live in. So do take advantage of that.
I'm excited about that. I have to say, I am so excited about it. And once I found out that you were going to be a part of it, that's how I knew it was really legit, really legit for our benefit. So I'm excited. I'm serious. I'm excited about it.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and skedaddle, because I got to finish working on my shipment and moving on. So once again, thank you so much, Karen, for sharing with us. We'll be in touch with you just as soon as we have something valuable to share with the hustlers. Hustlers, always make sure you take advantage of all of the resources that are in the description. If you're brand new, take advantage of the newbies cheat sheet. If you're into tactical arbitrage, take advantage of the free downloadable bulk list so that you can get your searches going without even having to figure out categories and all of this type of stuff. I mean, there's just so much down there. And as always, if you really need me, text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen and we can be connected. That way you can start asking your questions, bouncing ideas off of someone that might be a little bit further ahead than you. I will see you guys in the next video. Say goodbye to the lovely Miss Karen.
This is safe for content. Appreciate it.